Welcome back to another installment of digital tools you can create in Canva for your business. Today, I'm going to feature just a couple of different tools. I want to focus a little bit on transparencies and removing backgrounds and how to copy paste images without having to actually upload them from your computer. My name is Christina, and I am an independent Avon sales representative. These videos are created for my Avon peers, but if you are working in the digital marketing field for any direct sales or affiliate of marketing, I think that you will find these pretty useful. So stick around. So we're starting off today in Canva, and like I have mentioned before, Canva is a free program. There are paid versions of Canva, but I honestly believe that you can do anything that you need to do in the free version of the software, and free is always best, right? So in my previous videos, I explained that I do like to use the Instagram post template. So I came over here to social media and I just picked the Instagram post. My reason behind this is that both Facebook and Instagram will accept square images. So it's very easy to use them in both places at the same time. And I will cover in a later video how to do some of those scheduling posts. Okay. So be sure to like and share if you want to learn more and you want to subscribe, if you want to get notifications anytime I post a new video. So today, I'm just going to start off. I want to use an image from my Avon website to advertise something. And I'm looking for something that is mostly picture, right? So let's go with, let's see, I'm just going to come back up here and go with this one because I believe that that is a photo and then just a little bit of text. So I'm going to customize this template. And for this one, we're going to be uploading a new image. Actually, no, let's not even upload it. One way to accomplish this is that you can upload a new image, obviously, and you can place that image onto your project, right? So if I wanted to say work with this one, I could easily click on that and it will pop it onto my project layout over here. Now, obviously, this is rectangular in shape, so I'm going to need to do a little cropping. I could just right click it and hit replace the background, but there's a lot of text on that image. And so I think it would look better if we got some of that off of there. So I'm going to hit the undo. And instead of just making it the background, I'm going to grab these corners and stretch it out and drag it around until I'm happy with what I've got. So I'm going to stretch this out a little bit more and just kind of drag it around. And basically all I've done is stretched it so that I've removed the text from the background of that image, right? So you've still got quite a bit to work with. And now that I did that, I can see, hit crop one more time because I want to drag this over a little bit this way because I could tell that that white box was covering up some of the name of this image. So now we have this, right? And I think if we change this color on the font, it will pop a little better. So here's the photo colors or the colors that are used in this photograph that Canva picked up. So we could go with orange. And I think we're going to have to come up with a little less text so that we can make it larger for this particular one. So for this one, we're just going to say natural mineral sunscreen. Now, it is a little bit hard to tell. It's a little bit hard to focus that from the background. So we have a couple of options here. We can click on the background and adjust the transparency so that it makes the photo a little lighter and it makes the text pop a little more. We also can select the text and go to effects and choose something like this where we put a background behind the text and it will make it pop a little bit more even still. So I think with this one, we could come back and adjust the transparency of the photo and bring it back up closer to even 100%. And that since the text has the background, that makes it easier. Personally, I think this white box is a little too close. So I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. And then remember, if you want to make sure it's center, you can just click and drag until those guidelines pop up to show you you are exactly in the middle. So that one I think looks pretty good. We can go with that. So now let's talk about one thing that I see a lot of people do that is really kind of a pet peeve of mine. It drives me nuts. Um, I want to just make a color for this background. So let's just go with one of our faves, pink. Okay. And then I'm going to work with some of these photos that I already have, and I'm going to knock out the background of these photos. Okay. So let me show you how this is done. These are older sets, and that's completely fine for our purposes. But let's say I'm going to advertise this doggy set, right? It looks okay like that, but if you really want to get fancy with the words and things, one of the options of things you can do is to knock the background off of this photo. So if you're adding product images to a scene or something, then you probably want to knock the background out. So we're going to go to edit, and we're going to go to this BG remover. This used to be something that you had to do in a different app and then bring it in. But you can see as soon as I hit that, it totally knocked the background off of that photo, which makes it look completely different, right? So now if I wanted to, I could come up here in the photos and look for something that has to do with dogs. This I think would be really cute, or even this. So if I put this on the background, then I could resize these. And then, you could say something about the set as far as pricing or something like that goes. I'm going to hit the text. And bring it over here. Personally, I think this needs to be purple because that product is purple. So I'm going to change it. Let's see if it picked up photo colors. It sure did. So I'm going to change that to purple. And here's another thing I don't think I've showed you before. If you select this, you will see that these are grouped together. You can't move them around. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to ungroup them. And that way, now I have two separate boxes. So I can separate them if I want to. And I'm just going to make this say, hello, doggy, because these are dog products, right? And I do think I want a little bit of overlap still for that. So there you go. That's how you take out the background of those product images. Let me show you one more time. In uploads, let's see. These obviously were sets that were used in one of our previous catalogs. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I am going to, let's do this in a different order. We're going to go find a background that has something to do with CBD or hemp. That one wouldn't work just because there's already products in that image, so we don't want to deal with that. And I want to look at photos only for this particular one. So let's take a look at this one. We don't necessarily want that pill because that's not something that our company sells, but we can easily stretch this thing out and get rid of it. Although I don't think this picture is very clear. So I'm going to pick something else. So I think some of these are nice, some of these spa photos, but they almost all have product on them. So let's change our search term and look for spa. Much better, I think. So let's say we want to use this one, and we're just going to right click it and replace the background. Now you can see why it's a problem that this image has its own background, right? So I'm going to double click on this one and drag it a little bit. And then this picture needs to lose the background. So I'm going to go to edit image and I'm going to click the background remover. And then we're going to try to make it look like these products are naturally part of this photo. Obviously they're not. And I'm just going to cover up that little candle back there because I don't think that works very well with my picture. And then of course you're going to want to add some text, that these are CBD products. So you can come back to here. You can pick something that's kind of already set up for you. If you see something like this that you like I like this one, and I think it would go with the photo a little better if we used a photo color. But I only really want one of these. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to ungroup this. And then I'm going to click off of it so that I can select one row of the text at a time. So now this one, got that centered. And I'm putting that text right up at the top of that frame. And I think that one looks pretty good. So then all you have to do once you're done playing around, I have 3 different ads here that I created in a very short amount of time, but all you have to do once you're done playing is hit the share button, and you have options here to share these things directly to your social. What I usually do is just download them. I always use the PNG because it's a higher quality photo than the JPEG. And I'm going to go ahead and do all 3 of them because I want them all. So I'm going to hit pages 1 through 3. I want them all. And down, I'm done there. I'm going to hit download. Now, what it's going to do is create a zip folder because it's going to have 3 different pictures in that same group. And then I'll have to unzip it. It does that because it's a much smaller file size when you zip something. So here's my folder. These are summertime ads is what I'll call them. And I'm going to go into my Avon folders and go into 14 and just save them there. Now, once you have this downloaded, you will have to unzip it to have access to the images, but it's very easy. So I'm going to double click here. You could also go directly to the folder and find it. So if you don't have that little feature where it shows you where the download is, you can go back to your folders. I was in my Avon folders and I looked at 14 and here they are. Here's that zipped folder. Once I click on it, it gives me the option to extract all of those images, and it will actually create a folder with the same name in the same location. This one is just unzipped. So I'm going to go back here, and here are my summertime ads. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Be sure to like and share and subscribe to my channel so that you get more of these videos. And by all means, feel free to reach out if you are interested in shopping Avon or selling Avon, or if you're just interested in seeing more videos and you have some suggestions. Thanks for joining.